Oops. Okay, we're back. Found the stupid thing glitching out on me. Probably will again. Hopefully we don't have to go for those guys again. I have no idea that. Okay. Let's do 80. Let's do the highest. Didn't work. Heck. What is this supposed to do? Yeah, I gotta take this. Different settings. I have no idea what I'm absolutely doing. Okay, let's do this. that's instant security. Okay, there's like one, okay, here we go. So, potential listing. Okay, so it's 70. Internal. So we gotta do 70. Okay, so I know it's 70. It's 70. Few findings. See it. Okay, so it's minus 70 MV plus 30 MV, and then the one that's just like external or something. Okay, so what was it? Minus 70 plus 30, and what was it? Sodium external platinum. There we go. I feel strange. It worked. Need to get this to the station commander. Come on. This might be a good chance to find that thing. Yeah. Lag. Okay. So find things which is down over here. So right through this. Otherwise, I have no idea. Come on, me. In the middle of that. Covenant's keys. I don't think a 23rd century vessel is going to be able to do the job. Okay. Otherwise, some reactor doing a temple. Yeah, let's just see how this turns out. I find it's gonna turn out poorly. This thing is where you came from, but I'm not the one to look for a gift horse in the mouth. Oh, that's funny. We're just an old country doctor, but I know better than to ask too many questions about love. Is that fast, easy, or what? It didn't seem much.
So Driffin's comet is the source of the triolic radiation. That explains a lot. However, we cannot simply destroy it in our time. The Davidians have the means to go back to the 23rd century and harness its energy there. However, that will be their only other chance. Before that, there's no Drozana station, so there's no place that will be close enough to the comet's trajectory to be of use to them. The only logical solution is to alter the past. Destroy the comet there, and save the Federation. As it happens, I have access to a way to transport your ship back to the 23rd century. It's risky, but I think the odds are in your favor. And if they aren't, there's always time for another try. I'll make the arrangements. Stay in touch. Drake out. Until next time.
Congratulations, Commander.
Yada, you need to ship at this time, so you can't use the for in the station. It can help you get to the past, but you will follow my instructions precisely.
Until next time.
Go to the system, so skills, purchase, got that upgraded all. Okay, so we don't need the thingamabobby, but the Wikipedia, the official thingamabobby, that really helps. I gotta link to this system. I'm on standby for the most of the night if you need me. Okay, I'm not gonna be on that anyway. Okay. So we need to like time travel back with the ship. So we need to destroy this guy. Really, this is like a lot of stress for just one little thing. Save the Federation just by destroying a comet. You should feel privileged. Very few people ever get to see this system. My organization has gone on to a lot of trouble to keep it off the navigational charts. This star is ideally for what starship pilots call a slingshot. Sector 31 uses it from time to time to deal with problems that take a more creative approach to solve. Your best chance of getting back to the point in time where you need to be is that you use the ship's gravity to accelerate your ship to such a high speed that you'll be able to access the time column. I had to take the liberty of having light-speed breakaway calculations added to your ship's database. You need to hit a series of points as you move around the star. After you make your approach, you should see a navigational beacon. Aim for it, and you will have the correct trajectory for the slingshot. This is a tricky maneuver. If you don't hit each point in the correct order and time, it won't work. I hope your helm officer is up for the task. One more thing before you start. I also added a holometer to your vessel to ensure you will appear to be a Klingon D7 with the approach access codes for the time period, but still have access to all 25th century firepower you'll need to deal with the comet. Don't alter the timeline any more than you have to. Destroy the comet and stop the Lunians, but other than that, try to stay out of trouble. I would wish you luck, but I have a feeling you won't think I was being sincere. We need to engage on the star on our one on the star in your command, Captain. Okay. Oh, jeez. So I gotta like hit each point. That speed is like you kind of had to turn it a little bit. So I had to be this Klingon ship in order to destroy the thing. Captain, based on the decay of the elements in the system, we've arrived approximately 150 years in the past, somewhere around the Earth year 2020, 265. So incoming air is from the class starships. Boy.
Attention, unidentified ship. I am Commodore Jacob Ross in command of the USS Reuben James. We have been searching for a Klingon vessel reported to have attacked a colony in the Gliese system. You fit the description of the ship we are looking for. Unless you can prove you are not, we will take immediate action.
Why? A Klingon D7. apparently, like, killed a colony. Congratulations. I hate this already. We cannot seriously damage the colony ships without risking damage to the timeline. We must defend ourselves and complete our mission. Fight to disable. Yep. Okay. Fight to disable.
Ship 8.
Ships in range, please. We need help. I don't know what these things are, but they're all over the station. They're killing people. Please, you have to help us.
These wavelengths are like too quick. I think I had it on it, but it wasn't detected yet or something. These things are all over the station. Alright, quickly. up, like... It says up, I don't understand. Right up here.
must leave. Leave immediately, or I will amplify the time distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive.
Hey, those things are holed up in the lounge, and they've got some of my customers in there with them. The door is barricaded, but a few hits with a phaser should take care of that. Get...
Thanks for the help, friend. What were those things? Damn spirits snuck up on me. I noticed a spike in triadic energy, and I was working to adjust the station's shields to compensate. I went to fetch a hyperspatter, and I was attacked. If you help me, I can finish my repairs before the trialic energy reaches lethal levels. By the way, you can call me Scotty.
I'll tell you if you just knew what I was. Find like a phone. Stupid thing.
Just as I suspected, the trialic energy is increasing. We'll be cooked like a haggis if we don't do something about it. There is a wee store on this station. The lass who runs it, Cassidy, said they might be getting a supply of the new quantum flux regulators. The Mark II versions. If we had one of those regulators, I could modify the flux coordinating sensors and use them to modulate the shields protecting the station. That would buy us some time. Go find Cassidy. She'll know where they are.
We have to go, go.
What were those things? They were floating, and then one looked at me. I feel so weak. And then it lifted me up, and it was horrible. Are you looking for something from the store? A quantum what? I'm sorry. I'm just too scared right now to think about selling anything. I'm closing down until I get my wits about me. Maybe it would be best if I packed up and went back to Sherman's planet. I don't know. Maybe a nerve tonic would soothe me. Can you get one for me?
Ugh. A slap in the face would do.
What can I get you? A nerve tonic? Almost every culture in the galaxy has nerve tonics. Most worlds have multiple variations, and everyone thinks that the one their grandmother made is better than all the rest. Look, I tend bar at a commerce station in the middle of one of this quadrant's busiest trade routes. It's my job to be able to make anything you want, but you gotta be specific. I could make you 14,647 different nerve tonics, 18,397 if you're Boolean. So, what kind do you want? Tell you what, one of the waitresses should be able to help you narrow down what kind of nerve tonic would be best. Talk to one of them, and then come back. I'm sure we can make exactly what you need.
I am really tired of this.
Who do you think you are? First the lights go all strange, then these weird creatures show up, and worst of all, you're here picking fights with my best customers. Look at dear, brave, handsome Captain McQueen here. He could have been killed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, I was breaking up a bar fight, lady, so shut up.
Nerve tonics. How can I think about nerve tonics when my sweet Captain McQueen is injured? Well, if you want to know about any sort of exotic beverage, go ask that drunken Scotsman. Lieutenant Commander Scott. He knows more about alcohol than anyone I've ever met. While you do that, I'm going to make my sweet prince all better.
You know what? Here's what you get for talking to me like that. The middle finger. Ugh. Back to the 10th sky, because heck, why not? Yes.
Did you get the quantum flux regulator? Nerve tonics? You don't look like you need one of those. These wee beasties are troublesome, but they're not as bad as a ship full of angry Romulans. Now, I've been known to enjoy an occasional nip of Scotch whiskey. That's the only nerve tonic you'll ever need. Why do you need to know about them? Oh, for Cassidy. Now that makes sense. She's a bonny lass, that Cassidy, and more than willing to spend a little time with the right Starfleet officer, if you know what I mean. But she hasn't got the stomach for fighting. Is she alright? I hate for anything to happen to her. Glad to hear it. Sounds like she needs something to take a wee bit of the edge off, and that happens to be one of my specialties, along with transwarp transporter technology and warp field mechanics. Cassidy's been meeting me every evening in the bar for a spot of cheer, but I've never seen her order a nerve tonic. Perhaps if I told you what she likes, you'll be able to figure out the right mix. The bartender will help you. I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Are you kidding me? Just someone shoot me in the foot right now.
Cassidy didn't like the salty taste of the Albion brandy, but she really enjoyed the fact that it was garnished with a drop of honey that floated on the top of the drink. Bah, garnish is getting in the way of a fine beverage, if you ask me. Can you imagine putting a wee piece of pineapple in a glass of 20-year-old single malt? It's preposterous. I've seen Cassidy order these drinks. The only time I saw Cassidy ordering blood wine was when she was feeling under the weather. Poor lass. She liked that it was served warm, but she hated those blasted heavy metal mugs the Klingons use, and the potency of it was a bit much for her to handle. A girl like Cassidy needs something with a little less kick. I've seen Cassidy order. Zele brought Cassidy a Denevian mead a few nights ago. Ugh, terribly sweet stuff, like drinking syrup. Cassidy didn't like the cloying sweetness, and the wee bird broke out into highs because she was allergic to the fruit garnish. I'm not ordering any of that stuff again. I've seen Cassidy order these drinks. Cassie and I got into a drinking contest with a Klingon one night, and we ended up drinking fire wine. It's not as good as scotch, mind you, but it's better than drinking warp core coolant. The next morning, after she picked herself up off the floor, Cassidy told me that the fire wine was so spicy that she was afraid it had eaten a hole through her stomach. I had to send her to see Bones for a checkup. Also, she said that drinking from those shallow bowls made her feel like someone's pet targ. I've seen Cassidy order martinis aren't my cup of tea, as it were, but Cassidy seems to like them. She appreciates that a martini should be served as cold as possible, but since she nurses her drinks, the cold tends to dissipate, and she doesn't get the full effect. I've seen Cassidy order these drinks. Cassidy really likes her Sumerian sunsets, mostly because of the sour taste. She hates that the drink is so weak, and has been trying to convince the bartender to add garnish to it, to make the happy feeling last longer. But he won't, because then it wouldn't be a Sumerian sunset. Me, I say a drink is a drink. If the lady wants a garnish, give her one. I've seen Cassidy order these drinks. Cassidy really likes the little pick-me-up of a drop of Skagarian whiskey, but she doesn't like the wee shot glasses or the silly paper umbrellas. Who ever heard of putting a wee paper umbrella in a glass of whiskey? It's sacrilege. If I ever go to Skagara, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
Okay. I hate Cassidy because of the shot glass thing and the paper umbrellas. And Scotty, I almost hate you now for the umbrella thing. So shut up.
I've seen Cassidy order these.
All that crap. I have to talk to the bartender again.
What can I get you? I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the waitresses. That's what kind of flavor profile are you looking for?
Ugh. I have to go back to the stupid Wikipedia page again. Go for the wiki this time. So for the walk for drink real quick. I think I chose gold. Stupid thing likes me out of the tab. Yes, Night of the Comet. Dr. Scotty, Dr. Cassidy, get enough tools. It's around there, but it's reliving the past. Okay. So chose cold. Here we start.
What can I get you? Was that drink not what you wanted? I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the waitresses. That's what they're here for, after all. So, do you want it to be hot? What kind of flavor profile are you? How strong do you want this drink to be?
Hot, sour, low pick me up.
How would you like this drink to be served?
Stemmed glass.
And last but certainly not least, what kind of garnish would you like? This should be all the info I need. I'll put the drink on the bar when I'm done. I'll put the bill on your tab.
Won't need one. Okay. Got that. Slap the face.
Do you have a drink for me? I love warm drinks. They're so relaxing. There's a lovely sour note to this drink. I feel so refreshed. There's just enough oomph to this drink to make it really stick with you. I love the style of this glass. It accentuates the flavor of the ingredient. Honey, oh, that bit of sweetness is just perfect. That is marvelous. I'm feeling much better now, thank you. What tool was it you needed? A quantum flux regulator Mark II? I have one of those right here. Please take it as a thank you.
No problem. It was like a lot of stress. Thanks, Scotty. That waitress is a bleep. I think I took the wrong door. I took like every wrong door. Yeah.
The right tool for the right job. I'll start making the adjustments, but I don't know if I've got enough time. You can't change the laws of physics. The trialic energy levels keep rising, and sensors show the blasted comet is to blame. Modulating the shields is not going to be enough. Something needs to be done about that comet if we're going to live to see the morning.
Do that later. I'll be right back. Scotty, I'm surprised you do not recognize me. I mean, really, facial recognition. It seems like nobody even cares about facial recognition in these like TV shows nowadays, these plot lines or something. It's like facial recognition. Soft drink, yada yada. You don't have to explain the entire drink. You freaking believe. poor Captain Creech. This is as close to cover short as we take.
Ah, a ship from the house of Duras! I am Captain Bavat, son of Warat, and leader of my house. My brother died due to Duras' treachery. I will avenge his death with the destruction of 100 Duras ships. Prepare to die!
Why can't I do that? Okay.
Ship is under attack.
Okay. Gotta destroy the common fragments. And destroy the shards from all mine.
If you are receiving this message, then you and your crew have completed your mission. Driffin's comet is destroyed, and the Davidians are no longer a threat to the Federation. You've done well. And to prove that I'm not the immoral monster that some make me out to be, I'm going to help you. When you last docked at Deep Space K7, I had some modifications made to your vessel. One of those is the addition of a Borg temporal node salvaged from a cube in the Batron cluster. It's set to return you to our time. Congratulations on a job well done. Drake out.
Our time. Yeah. And now getting into like all of this, like I should like really start getting into Star Trek. Star Trek a little bit more.
Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. The disappearance of Driffin's comet in the 23rd century will be a scientific curiosity. I have taken steps to suppress information that might reveal our involvement, and I trust that you and your crew will refrain from telling stories about what happened here. After all, we're getting along so well. One thing I hope you'll take away from all this is that any opinion you may have of the immorality of so-called rogue elements like Section 31 is a bit naive. Contrary to popular opinion among some Starfleet officers, we do not spend our days plotting evil and committing random acts of villainy like characters in a bad holo novel. We protect the Federation from threats. Thanks to you, the Davidians are no longer on that list. If you think about it, everything we do is to preserve the freedoms you so enjoy. You should be grateful. Drake out. Until
Congratulations,
next time.
Commander.
Now we're gonna go back. Finally got that done. I don't know what to say. That was actually a pretty good thing.
Starfleet Medical has analyzed the reports of the attacks on ship and stations near the Klingon border, and they've noticed something. All of the materials that the Klingons and Gorn were stealing are associated with genetic resequencing. We think that they've started a new augmentation project. We need you to go to the Korvat system in the Beta Quadrant and meet with Chirurgeon Petrel. He is one of the Federation's top medical researchers. He should be able to tell us more about how far along the Klingon research program might be and what they can do with the supplies they've stolen.
Okay. I was gonna do that one or the brush file one or something. I was gonna go back here. Okay, let's go back here, increase the chance. Oh yeah, that would be good. So that'll do. Done with this. Take way too long.